Okay, here we go. So this week, just as a refresher, my internship is at the Wiley Center, which is a center that provides services to children, youth, and families. And so one of the programs that I'm involved in is the substance abuse group. And one of the awesome things about that is it's a 16-week course, so the kids kind of cycle through. So once they're done, it's open enrollment, so new kids will come in, old kids will go out, so they kind of get to learn from each other. But one of the things that they do to help the kids with social skills and kind of processing termination is when a kid is leaving the group because they finished, and they'll do this activity where everyone in the group has to say something they liked about the person, and in one way something they're going to miss about them not being there anymore. Um, so a lot of these kids that are in the group are either foster kids or have a significant reason why they're in the group. Um, so to help them process somebody leaving that they might have gotten to know 16 times for an hour and a half each time, they do this, okay, well, what did you like about the person? What are you going to miss about the person? So every time somebody leaves, they do this, and that helps all the kids kind of process saying goodbye. And I'm co-facilitating the group, so I have to put an input in. So at first it was kind of awkward because I didn't know any of the kids. So I think my first time in the group, I had two kids leave, and I was like, well, he seemed to participate a lot. Like I wasn't really sure what to say. But as I keep going in the group, I learn more about each of the kids, so it's easier for me to process that. Me as an adult, me as um, as someone that has education, but most of the kids are in high school, so they need help processing that. Um, Sometimes they don't want to really participate in this activity, so we have to prompt them. Okay, well, what did you like? It could be something really small. So that's a good thing that I like. I know at work we have to, because we work one-on-one with kids, we also have to help them process that. So terminating services. So we tell them, okay, like a month and ahead, hey, we're not going to be here. What are you going to do? So trying to get them in that transition process of what are they going to do once we actually leave services. Um, Part of the group is they have to, one of the sections, one of the weeks is um, additional services that they can turn to once they do terminate the group, or once they do graduate out of the group. Where can they turn to next? What resources do they have available to them? So there's a couple, I think there's 2 weeks on that actually that are spread out through the 16-week course. Um, I know for us as facilitators of the group, it's just role modeling that behavior for the kids if they get stuck, or if they can't, or if they're new and they haven't actually seen anyone graduate out of the group. So that's been really nice. Um, it also goes back into safety because we have to make sure that the kids mesh well together and they kind of get along. If there is a fight that happens or any kind of altercation, both clients will be terminated, or how many of our clients were involved will be terminated. I'm not sure what the procedure for that in like that processing in group. I don't know if it would be processed. It probably would be processed, but I'm not sure what the procedure looks like. Um, we did talk about that a little bit last week at group, since we're getting new kids in the group. How will the old kids adjust to the new kids? What are some ground rules we need to do? How will they react if they're insulted? That kind of thing. So that was interesting to also process because it goes on the line to safety, but it also goes into transition because the kids know that they're leaving. They don't want to stay here longer than their 16 weeks, so that's something good to look at too. Um, and as far as substance abuse, I think that's the only transition policy. I'm sure there's other policies as far as paperwork that has to be done. I know they have to have an exit appointment individually with the therapist in order to transition them out officially. And then if they need a letter saying they have completed their service and their transition, then they also have, well, there's a fee, but they can get that too. Um, far as processing and transition, I think that's all. But have a great week, everyone.